James Fisher here with Range Bros, and this is Paul Velasco, and we're just going to do a quick interview, and I'm just going to ask some questions. What do you think about the local police department's body cam footage after the Trump shooting, where the police officer is saying, "I told the Secret Service to put a man on that roof"?
My opinion of it is that just validates everything that a lot of us have been talking about, that I think two things happened. Either it was allowed to happen or they're complete idiots. And I find it hard to believe that they're that much of a bunch of complete idiots. I feel like if you look at one of the videos that I put out where they encourage, when I say encourage, I don't mean just suggest DEI hires. I'm talking about they have quotas to fill. Then you're guaranteeing that you're not hiring the best person for the job. And that's where I think a lot of the problems are, of people who either did stuff on purpose or they were completely incompetent. And the fact that local PD told them to cover that roof, I mean, let's be real, they didn't need local PD to tell them to cover that roof. It was 140 yards away. I mean, anybody, Stevie Wonder saw that, right? So it's one of those things where you kind of like, come on, man, really? Now you just get more and more confirmation. I mean, I could see the Secret Service coming out before that, possibly going, oh, well, nobody told us, acting stupid and ignorant. But now we know that they were told, you know, and it sounded like, based on the body cam video that you talk about, the guy was pleading with them. Like, he was like, I told them. Like, he was very adamant that this needs to be covered, and they didn't cover it.
Yeah. The other day I saw a video where they said that one of President Trump's Secret Service members had to leave and go breastfeed.
I put a video out on that today, and I basically touch on the same thing, that look, I have no problem. My wife is an engineer. My wife is in a male-dominated field, right? But they didn't give her the job because she's a female and they were filling quotas. They gave her a job because she was the president of the engineering society at the school she went to, and she had a 3.95 GPA, right? She earned that job. When you are giving these DEI hires because you're trying to check off boxes, you are guaranteeing that you're telling the general public, I'm not looking for the best person. I'm looking for the person that has either the right gender, the right skin color, the right cultural background, whatever. And to have a person, and I said this in my video, the video actually comes out in about 30 minutes. I said in my video that if you are going to have a 6'1", 200-pound protectee, you should have 6'1", 200-pound protectors, right?
Totally.
I mean, I don't want midgets protecting me. I mean, I can still be shot from here up. And that's the thing, that this, when they put these women in there, you can't use it as an excuse, well, I needed to breastfeed, so I left Trump unprotected. Wait a minute, that's your job. Can we do our job? I mean, if you think about it, I don't know what you do for a living, but let's say you're in construction. What if you're the watch guy, and it's the same concept because it's safety we're talking about here. What if you're the watch guy for an electrical utility guy that's in a bucket about to hit a live line, and your job is to make sure that the truck is grounded? Well, what if suddenly I got to breastfeed my kid, I'm out, and you don't tell anybody to take your spot. You just go do it. That guy dies as a result of it. There's no difference other than the type of job that it is. That's the same concept of you saying, well, I mean, I couldn't protect Trump, he got shot, but I mean, I had to breastfeed, you know. That's a stupid excuse. That's why, in my opinion, you don't hire somebody in that capacity. If they've just had a kid and their kid's with them, like, aren't you at work? I mean, you're literally on a protective detail and you brought your child with you to work? How stupid is that?
Ridiculous.
I mean, can you bring your kid to work?
No.
It's just stupid. Again, government jobs, man.
Yeah, it's just from my limited experience in the military, having looked at the layout of the Trump assassination attempt, the roof was an obvious place to
Sure,
put.
that's right.
There was not a. I mean, the snipers that took him were on a steeper
correct
roof than he was on.
That's right.
And I just find it to be it's either stupidity or it was done on purpose, and neither of them are acceptable.
No, and the thing is, they can't explain away either one of them. I mean, the only thing I noticed whenever I forget the guy's name, Rowe, the acting director now, every time they would point out the stupid things that were done, he would repeat the same thing, that it was a screw up on our part. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember his exact words. So that's their go-to line now. It's like, even though you're going to find more and more things that they did wrong that are questionable, they're always going to go back, hey, we already admitted that we screwed up. So like, it's like they feel like they've moved on from it already. And I mean, I haven't, because there's too many unanswered questions. You telling me, yeah, we already acknowledged that we screwed up, that still doesn't explain to me how it's not going to happen again. Tell me how you fixed your problems, and explain again how you don't have somebody at the most choice piece of real estate on that entire piece of property, and that's the only place you don't have somebody.
Yeah, and the counter snipers that were in the window directly across from that roof were just taking a walk.
Right. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That's not how you work security. You don't just go wander off and do stuff like the whole breastfeeding thing. That's not an acceptable excuse. Well, I had to breastfeed. No, you had a job. You had a job to do. You don't bail out on that just because your kid's hungry. Don't bring your kid next time. But see, that's the problem. That's the problem with DEI type stuff. When you question that, you sound like the bad guy. Like people in my video I put out today, I know it's going to piss people off. Somebody's going to get mad about it. But it doesn't matter to me, because I'm comfortable questioning why you did something stupid. You get mad at me, that's fine. She should not have had her child there. So what? Hire somebody. You mean to tell me you had nobody that did not have a newborn baby that was breastfeeding that could not have worked that same detail? I mean, really?
It's, like I said earlier, either it's gross negligence or it was done on purpose.
Yeah, I agree.
Only two conclusions I can come up to. And the gross negligence, you're supposed to be the zero loss department.
That's right.
And I mean, how do you neglect something like
right.
that?
I mean, I think we all have pretty low opinions of government type jobs, but I mean, Secret Service was the last remaining institution in that line of work. The FBI, nobody has any confidence in them. ATF, obviously, nobody has any confidence in them. I think the Secret Service had a reputable reputation, and now it's down here with everybody else now. I mean, it's like now you're like, there's nobody. I have no respect for any of these guys. So very unfortunate.
Well, I thank you so much for your
James.
time, and I appreciate this
Yes,
so
sir.
much.
Of course.
And I'm sure we'll see you around.
Absolutely.